tips for whether you're a man or a woman, college student, elderly, or maybe you're a teenager who is babysitting. I remember times when I was younger babysitting and hearing strange noises in this house that I wasn't used to and being afraid to go around the house to see what it was. So I got the child that I was babysitting and I just had him to sit in the living room with me until the parents came home. These were the days with no cell phone. I didn't want to call anybody because I wanted to be responsible. You know, I hadn't seen any horror films at the time to think that I could be getting my head chopped off. But anyway, sorry, all kidding aside with that. Yeah, so we were fine, and I don't know what the noise was, probably just the house settling or whatever. So let's get started. Okay, my first tip is to go through your home and check every single door. Every single door. Even if you think or you're even pretty sure that it's locked, go check every single door. And I'm talking front, back, side, your door if you have an extra door that goes out onto your deck, or if you have a Florida room, screen room, what have you, basement doors, basement windows. Check them. I did not bring it down here with me after all, but for windows, they have these rods, and I will try to insert, or I will insert a picture here of the actual rods that go to your window to keep it from being lifted up. What I was going to bring down here is an actual round curtain rod that has been spray painted white. It's a tension rod. And if you are a creepy creeper, you're not going to stick around long enough to look at this and say, is that a real rod? Is that a real tension security rod? But I can't open that window up. You're not going to sit there and think about that. You're going to sit there and go, next window, because that's got a security rod and I can't lift that window. You see what I'm saying? Until you can get one. And if you're a creeper watching this, I have more tips. So you don't want to be creeping around the windows by the time I get through with the people that I'm helping. I do have notes here in front of me, and that is so I don't want to forget anything. So please bear with me. So you've checked all of your doors. You've checked your basement window. Now, go around and check all your windows. Hopefully you're checking as you're passing the door and you're passing a window. You've checked the windows while you were at it. Don't automatically assume that window is locked. Maybe you closed it, but maybe you didn't close all the way. Maybe you closed it and you thought you locked it, but maybe the lock didn't catch. It's not your fault. Things happen. Sometimes locks can be jarred open, especially on older homes. My mom's windows were like that. We'd have to go around quite a bit and check her locks because they would jar open over time. How, I don't know, but they did. Then there was one window that we could never get unlocked. That was locked for life. So who knows what's up with that either. But yes, check all your windows and all your doors. And again, check. I had windows at one time in an apartment. It was an older apartment. This was 40 years ago. That I actually nailed nails into big, huge nails and nailed them into the window on each side so that the window could only be lifted this much. And I put 2 nails on each side. So if you're going to beat those nails hard enough over and over to break those nails off or to break them through the wood, hopefully to God somebody is going to hear something by then. And I hope you have a dog or other means. All right, now you can, I done that, like I said, that was years ago. They also have budget friendly options. There are alarms that you can put together. They're battery operated and they're magnet, but you can also stick them. So when that seal is broken from those, you can set it for 2 things. It either will have a loud, shrilling alarm on it, Or you can do the ding dong, hey, I'm calling. Sorry, old habits, you know, are hard to break. Let me move you up a little closer to me. Let's be a little bit more close and personal here. My last tip with number 1 is to upgrade your screws to 3-inch length screws in your strike plate. And that is the plate that goes inside the door where the hole is, that when you close your door, the little knobby thing from the door, I know this is real professional, and it goes inside that hole so the door claps. But if you put 3-inch screws in there, replace the screws in there, that the ones you get with it are any longer than that. Put some 3-inch long screws in there because it's harder to kick that door in. There are other options that you can add into your door if it opens inwards to your house. And I'm going to pop some pictures in here on different things for that. Another thing you can do is print stickers off on your printer. Now, if you don't have anything to make a sticker, just print off regular picture, laminate it. Don't have anything to laminate it with? Guess what you can do? Take a plastic baggie, cut it down, put that baggie over your sticker that you printed out, and tape it to the back. Now, this is a real sticker, but that's what you could do. And I have done that. Back in the days, even before I could afford stickers or decals to put on my car when I was an Avon lady, I actually printed off my own and done things like that. You could not even tell the difference. Now, I had to put them on the inside and not on the outside. Then once, as I went along, made a little more money, I was able to put an actual real Avon decal on the back of my car, and I was somebody. But when I was home alone with small kids back in the day, when my first husband was working nights, I printed off stickers to put on the windows and on the door. Beware of dog, alarm in use, things like that. And people don't know. So unless they know you really well, if they know you really well and they're breaking into your home, you might want to think about getting rid of that person or moving. But anyway, this actually came with a camera that I'm going to show you here. 2 cameras that I'm going to show you here in a little bit. Also, make sure that when you are checking your windows and your sliding glass doors and your basement windows or whatever, that you're pulling all the curtains closed. If you have window blinds, which I hope you do, close those completely. Another tip on window blinds. If you are lower than the window blinds, you need to have your blinds pointing up. That way nobody can see in. If you are higher than your window blinds or at same level as the window blinds, then you want your blinds pointing down. The only way they're going to be able to see in those blinds is if they get right up in there and they're looking through those little bitty holes. So I'm sure there's probably some idiots out there that might do that, but we're hoping by the time they do that the motion light, moving on into the next tip, you see, that you have installed over that window there or near that window, it's going to hit somewhere, all the area, that motion light's going to pop on. And, nobody wants to do anything wrong that's in the light, right? All right. Where do you want these lights? You want motion detector lights in anywhere someone can be around your window. Now, in saying that, we have one over our gigantic bay window in our bedroom. And when we first installed that, because it's always on, but it's dim, and then it lights up if something or someone goes in front of that, including rabbits, foxes, bears, coyotes, what have you. Whatever walks around that camera, that light's going to pop on. Person. And every time when that light would pop on, I would look at it, Johnny, lights on, Johnny, lights on. Then I'm like, it's coming on an awful lot. If somebody's out there, they sure are staying around awful lot. Finally found out when we were outside one night that the rabbits were popping it off. But you know what? It's fine. And it's solar, so we never have to worry about charging it or having it plugged into anything. So it charges by itself. And even in the wintertime, it charges. So it doesn't quite run all night long, but long enough. So, and, Johnny's with me until 2 a.m. My son is there till daylight. And Kay and I know how to take care of ourselves. So, plus the big dogs. We're good. But I'm just saying, make sure you're good too. Okay, so you got your motion lights installed. They could even be solar. Temu has some very good ones. I have solar lights all over here in Tillettville. So, I mean, we have string lights that are solar. We have Edison lights that are solar. Now, the ones street light or whatever security light that we have, and I will pop in a picture of that right here at the end of our home, was there whenever we bought the place, but we still, I think it's like $8-10 a month we pay for that. That's fine, because I'm here to tell you it lights up everything. Now, it doesn't light up the front of our house, but we have other lights that pop on to do that. But that big security light lights up enough the whole back chicken yard, the whole in our driveway, and all the way out to our field, even down to the pond is what that security light lights up. So that's worth it. I'm thinking it's $10 a month. I think it started out being $8, but I'll pay $10 for that security light all day long, every month. In your pathways, your walkways, your sidewalks, you can light it up with solar as well. You can get great deals for, especially if you get the packs of solar lights. You can even get the ones that are dim and pop on later when somebody walks down it. Anytime a light gets brighter, when somebody gets near it, kind of gives you a little jar, like, oh, that got lighter. So if somebody's trying to sneak around and they're walking, they're trying to be quiet, and that light gets brighter, they're going to be like, oh, somebody watching? Which reminds me. I ordered 2 of these because our Wi-Fi is not very good here in the country. So I ordered 2 of these. I have one down by our delivery box, and one, I'm not going to say where. We do have 2 real cameras that work off of cellular, that we do pay a monthly fee for that. Just because years ago, living here, we had problems, but since those people moved out, we haven't, but we've kept that. And plus, Johnny has all kinds of deer cams all over the place, so they're going to catch everything too. But I want to show you this. And I'm going to insert a little video, a little clip at the end. But look, these are not real cameras, but look how real they look. I got these from Temu. They do have, which I did not bring with me, and that aggravates me that I did not. I had it laying there on, oh, I do have one. Okay. See what I'm doing here. Has an antenna. This can be turned. You install it with the screws. And then this can be turned whichever way you want it. So however you need to install it, you can turn it. And it has a blinking light on the inside. It is solar. If you put 2 AA rechargeable batteries in here, it will keep those batteries charged through solar right now. And you could use regular batteries, which is what I have in here right now. That's what I wanted. That's the first thing we could grab to do this video. So you can use these if you want to put those in there. And if somebody sees that blinking light, they don't know if it's real or not. The only difference I did see when I was looking at to see if Temu still had these cameras was that some of their camera, and the prices are amazing on these cameras. I think I've seen I'm going to say under $8 for one of the cheapest ones. And I think it was silver. But the only difference and they do have them exactly like this. You get black or silver or white. And I did see some that looked a little bit more real because it had like this cord coming down from it. And like Johnny said, that's easily made. So nobody's home. I'm gonna break in on this property. Let's see what's in this little cottage. Oh, it's got some nice items in here. Wait, is that a camera? Oh no, I'm out of here. Now, you're gonna take a walk. Now, what in the world would taking a walk have to do with security? Because you're gonna walk around your home, and you're going to walk around your garage and your storage sheds, anything you have. You're going to walk by those in the mindset of, if I wanted to break in this home, is there anywhere here that I can do this very easily? From the outside, check your windows. Will they move? Will they open? Check your sliding glass doors. Will they move? Will they open? How about your back door? How about your basement door? How about your basement window? As a kid, I locked myself out of our house all the time growing up. And all I had to do was go get a lawn chair, stick it on the side of the house, and shimmy my butt right into that bathroom window, down into the bathtub, go through the house, and unlock the door. Even my neighbors saw me doing it, and they were like, "You locked yourself out again, huh?" Yep. Now, why we didn't give our neighbors the key to the house is beyond me. I guess my parents never thought of it because we trusted them. They were, older people. They would have been, I don't know, but I was your world's best at locking myself out of the house. And I used to be my world's best at locking my keys inside the car. And I've locked myself out of the house since we moved here to Tillett. And so is Johnny, so I don't feel so bad. And we shimmied in a window, and that window is now fixed because we finally got smart. I was like, if we can get in this window so easily, and it was a high window, who else can get in that window? So that window has now been repaired. So an extra, yeah, well, and Grizzly's around too, so we're not too worried. And we also have help there. So anyway, I'm not going to bring that up anymore. If you can have that, and you can safely have that, and you are trained to use that, then do so. Otherwise, don't have that in your home if you have small children or you don't know how to use it. Please and thank you. Moving on. Okay, so we've checked all of our windows, we've checked all of our doors, we've walked outside, and now it's the evening, and we're sitting on the couch and we're watching our favorite YouTubers. Hope I'm one of those you're watching. So we're just watching them. We're eating our popcorn and we're drinking our Mountain Dew Zeros or Diet Dr. Peppers or water or whatever have that you want, your glass of wine. And you have your grizzly bear beside you, a little stinker on the other side. Oh, wait, that's me. And nobody's home but me, let's say. And all of a sudden you hear, first of all, what's Grizzly and Stinker gonna do? I have always heard, although in this case it's not quite true, but I've always heard that a smaller dog's going to bite you before a bigger dog will. At this point, she's still young and she might not bite. I guarantee you, Grizzly's going to take somebody down. Over me, especially, because I am his person. And I really think that he's going to protect his household. I've seen him chase the UPS driver back to his vehicle. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but it was funny. So if you don't belong here, he is going to let you know. So there's your first deterrent. And you said, well, I don't have a dog. I have cats. Okay. Well, what you can do, first of all, what you're not going to do, you are not going to go to that door or scream out, who is it? Really? Really? If you're expecting someone to come over, tell them to text you or to call you when they're there. So yeah, you're not going to yell, "Who is it?" I hope you have a peephole for one to look out to see who it is. And if you do not recognize them, and even if they say, "I'll tell you something that happened to me one time," and I still to this day do not know if it was even real. But my door was open. It was during the day, and I was home alone with my dogs and my friend. But it wasn't anywhere near me. My dogs are. They're always near me. But I was down the hallway doing laundry, and somebody knocked on the door. Well, Grizzly's at the door, and he is having a fit. When I get to the door, this man is standing there, what appears to be a sheriff's outfit, but he did not have a star. I'm not even sure he even had the name tag, shiny little name tag thing on him. And no hat, no ball cap that they wear sometimes. He had dark brown pants on and a khaki shirt. That's what he had on. To give you the mindset, he did have a on his side. And I grabbed Grizzly's collar and pulled him back, and like a dummy, I opened my door. And I said, "Can I help you?" He said, "Yes, we got a report of a dog bite to a UPS driver." I said, "It wasn't my dog." And he said, "This just happened yesterday." And by the way, when Grizzly chased the UPS driver back to his van, truck, whatever you want to call it, was a couple years ago. And this happened this spring, actually. And he said, "This happened yesterday." And I said, "We have a box at the mid-length of our driveway so that now the drivers do not have to deliver anything down here to the house. The mail, the UPS, FedEx, everything is now delivered to our parcel box in the middle of the driveway." I said, "So there's no way this dog bit anybody at our house." He said, "Well, is this address?" And he gave me an address, and it was nowhere near the number of our address. And I said, "No, it's not." And then my dummy self said the address, which is on the mailbox anyway. And but he's like, "Oh, well, this is the wrong house." So I kind of thought from him, and before he left, I yelled down the hallway as if Johnny was home. I said, "Johnny, have you heard anything about any dog bites to a UPS driver?" And I pretended he answered me. "No, he hasn't heard anything either." He said, "Oh, well, okay. Well, you and your husband have a great day." I said, "Thanks." So he left. I hooked the door. I closed the big door. And then I called my husband. I was like, "Guess what just happened?" He could have made up anything. He could have said, anything. He could have said, "We have reports of this, that, and the other, whatever, whatever. I got a 911 call. I need to come in and check your home." No. Use your gut. Use your gut. From that day on, my door stays shut. When I'm home alone, we are off the road, an eighth of a mile off the road, with 5 acres out here on the other side of us. So I'll be laying dead until somebody came home. If somebody got in the house, then I couldn't, if I opened the door, they barge in because this wouldn't be near me. And Chris is going to do his best, but the door stays shut. So, and I'm not home alone by myself at night. And I'm just putting this out there in case some idiot's watching this and they think they can, because I'm not home at night by myself, ever. So, I have friends with me, big dogs. We have neighbors that watch. We watch for the neighbors. So, it's all good. I don't know. What can you take away from this that will help you? Comment down below. Even if it was one thing that you got from this video, that's going to help you. Or if you have an extra tip, please share below in the comments. Help all of us with this, because there is no shame in protecting yourself. What you're looking for are vulnerable areas. So do you have low windows that are pretty low to the ground? Do you have a ladder on the side of your house? Do you have a ladder laying there? Do you have a ladder laying on your garage? Do you have a ladder hanging on your garage? Do you have an upstairs window? Do you see where I'm going with this? Don't help them break into your home. Okay, so you don't have an upstairs window. You don't have a ladder outside for somebody to climb up into. But do you have a good sturdy chair out there that somebody could pick up and put over by a window and use that to climb in your window? Because yes, if you're at home, you're more than likely going to hear them break that window. But what if you're not home? What if you're on vacation? Another tip, don't go on your Facebook and say, we're leaving in 2 days to go on vacation. Then get on Facebook and YouTube and say, here I am in Florida while my home is in Kentucky. Unless somebody is at your home or you have a very good security system that cops are going to go to your house if somebody breaks in. And are they going to get anything to be out of there before the cops get there? I mean, use some common sense and don't post until you get back. Thank you so much for watching this video. I would appreciate it if you liked and shared. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. But share it, please, to your social media so that it can help someone. Maybe save their lives. I hope it doesn't even come to that. But if it does, I hope it does. Remember that I love you and to always be beautiful. Bye for now.